Okay, so hello everybody, and welcome back to VDRL. Um, Today we're racing in F124 tier for round 6 at Belgium. Very interesting track, very long track, and definitely a track where you can expect some weather mix-ups in the process. So, today in the commentary box again, we have DMAG.
Yeah, hello. Um, as you said, Belgium, very interesting track, and it can always provide wet racing action. We saw wet racing last time out in Austria, but will we see it today again? Will we see it make a return? But we should be on the way any time now. Um, we started the stream very late. We don't have time to talk about much. We didn't even have the standings posted because Quota was busy. They will hopefully be out after this race. Um,
Yep.
but
Well, let's go. Everyone should be reading up now. Yeah, and we're going into the qualifying session here around Spa. So, who do you think is the favorite? Ah,
and it's wet.
full wet,
well
full
now,
wet.
well now it's hard to tell you who the favorite is. You need to be good at weather. You need to wait in case the track, because there's going to be track evolution, and towards the end you might want to try for Inter tires
Leston
instead
boy
of the full
prime.
wet. Oh, here we go, guys. Um,
Leston boy prime.
yesterday, yesterday he got a podium. Today he's getting a podium.
Yeah, he like
Today he's
last
winning.
season when we were on F124 for tier 1, he got a like a top P5 I think here or P4,
Yeah.
and it was wet there on the race. Okay, but now it's wet for the qualifying session and we should be heading underway any second now.
Well, I mean, we have to talk good about him because we got some. We were put. I don't know what the word is. I've actually forgotten. We had some conflict because we were talking quite shit about him. Very
In the
sorry.
channel, like I'm checking the comments of the stream and it shows that Lesson Boy is the #1 fan in like VDRL YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
that's
after
cool.
he was trying to get all the clips, even though there was no stream. He wants the clip farming.
We have the two Red Bulls coming out. One of them is a reserve driver for today. His name is Optic Kid. We'll have to see what he has to offer. Maybe he can get up in the mix today. Then we have one of the Ferraris also heading out with him with the two Red Bulls.
Are we gonna have to make an F124 tier reserve driver rule now?
Potentially, but I don't know. I think there's one seat free, but I couldn't find which one it is.
There's literally like 2 races left in the season. Looking to be on the Inters could be Infinity. Going on the I don't think it's not Inters yet. Come on, don't make that mistake.
Yeah, it's
Because that
definitely
could be.
not Inters yet, I don't think.
We need to wait for the track to have a little bit of a dry patch because of the full wet. Oh, moment there for young victim on the outlap as well.
Yeah,
He's
one of the main championship contenders against Verzi in the Mercedes, who's still sitting in the pits at the moment.
Maybe Verxy's just waiting for the moment. A track evolution. Maybe I don't know what young victim's doing. He's going off the track, but we'll ignore it completely. And yeah,
And the man, the legend himself.
Infinity's way out on the Infinity is out on the Inters, and
Ooh,
I think
sliding around.
the sliding could be good as well, potentially good because
Extra rotation in the
getting
car.
and getting heat into the tires. So there's only 2 drivers in the pits now, and that is Barca Boy and Verxy. But go on board with Infinity. I don't want to have to be saying go on board with that, and the entire race. Infinity goes straight on. I don't think it's
Well,
time for it.
let's watch the first driver that's gonna be starting his lap.
Will it be Curly? I don't know. I'm saying it how Akako would say it is. We're gonna see now into turn one. Good braking, nice clipping the apex. Get on the throttle. Try not to spin out the car. He's going on the wet patches because you can already see where the cars have been driving, and you can see where the puddles are. Try not to spin it through your rouge, and
Oh,
he's
that's
invalidated.
invalidated.
But that was, I don't know, I think that was quite close to flat out. Now we can go with Optic Kid. Is he the leading? Yes.
He's
No,
not
he's
the
not.
leading Red Bull. Well, let's
The
watch
leading
the
Red Bull
leading
is
Red
in.
Bull. Oh, he has a big
Oh,
moment. He was fighting for some decent positions last time out, if I'm not mistaken. So he could be one of the contenders here in Belgium. Last time
for
I
like a
wasn't on.
decent top 5 position. He gets a 35.0 in the first sector. And it's not snatched away by his teammate. Did his teammate invalidate on his lap because he had a bit of a moment there, NV
Infinity
shots and a yellow
left
flag.
and retired. Infinity is out of the session, even if he accidentally left. That's
His
his
AI is
session
still
over. He
his
can't
AI
join
is still
back.
driving. Yeah, it was he can't join back, but he can't be driving anymore in this session. That's a very important mistake. Maybe he's left to play Grow a Garden. He does that quite often on fucking Roblox. Oh, sorry, my language.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
let's see what NV
that's
shots
a
can
fine.
put down. We do know the lap times here on the dry track go in somewhere the 42s, depending on driver skill level.
In the wet, it's like 2 minutes and 5 seconds or something around that range, maybe even quicker. It may be definitely in the full wet. In the inter conditions, maybe you'll start getting like a 55. You'll improve so much time because of the heaviness of the rain. Now we see Verxy and Barsaboy as well going out on their laps. I think this is going to be like a 2 minutes and 1 second lap. It is a 2.201.1. Now up the kid to the line. It's not anywhere close. 3 seconds off his teammate. Who is next in the line? It's going to be Young Victim. To the line, he's in the 206.1s. It's not a place you want to be seeing him.
Maeda invalidated his lap if I'm not mistaken, but he did do a 202. Verzi now starting his lap. Enzo finishing his lap, but it is invalidated, but it's gonna be a
A
203.
203. Now go on board with Verxy and we can see, or we can just go on board with anybody at this point. Verxy's obviously the main person you want to be watching here in this session. That was quite a good rouge.
Much appreciated. Well, he's been dominating this year. He's won, I think, every single race except one.
Yeah, that was obviously the one where Young Victim won it. It's a 33.6 and he's back out. He has to go off the track because he had a bit of a moment. It's not invalidated, but it's probably fully backed out. Now we see Enzo. What's he gonna? He's quite sluggish and he gets stuck on the curb there. And now maybe we'll see the drivers going in to the pits.
I think Curly is
Or
on a lap.
he seems to be pushing and he's used off his deploy.
Yeah, that was a crucial mistake. He should have left and bid for the final sector, unless he's bailing out, but I don't think he would have been. I think this is gonna be a pretty good lap. This could go to P1 from what I'm looking at.
Curly to the line, he goes.
That's
Almost
amazing lap.
good lap, but what do you think he could have done if he had the ERS? Now, only 4 drivers have set a lap so far. Currently on their lap is Barca Boy. After he was waited in the pits for a bit, let's see what he can do. Obviously, he had a podium in Silverstone, and then he didn't attend last race. But now he goes purple in sector 1. It's not a bad.
We can see that there's a dry line forming now.
The Ryan goes with a 206.7. Verxy only a 202.8.
Yeah, because I think he finished the lap that he backed out of. Attention.
Well, then if he didn't back out of that lap, what do you think he could have done? He lost about.
Yeah, into the 1 minute.
That would have been quite hard, but maybe we'll still can see what Barca Boy is gonna do. Oh, he's wide. It's gonna. Oh, he's kept it on the track. I thought it was gonna be a track limit violation. But
Yeah, but
now you
still,
see, he has a lot of ERS. You know, he hasn't used it all like Curly did. And if Curly didn't use it, he could have maybe gotten into the 1 minute, as you said as well. That Verks he could have done. It's a 129 middle sector. It's another purple sector for Barca Boy.
the
This
track is
maybe
getting drier every single second. You can see the dry line forming, so we should be getting even more competitive lap times as the session goes on. I think it will be a case of who finishes his last lap, the last person to finish his last lap. To have the pole position, but we'll have to look out for that one. But now Barca Boy on the final corner going to be finishing his lap. This could be a pretty competitive lap time for the moment. It's going to be a
no, it's gonna be
2:01.6.
yeah. He slots himself just ahead of Verksy and just behind NV Shots. Verksy is on his lap though, and he is improving.
4
He's improved.
seconds.
That's track evolution. He's almost got. There's almost a Red Bull getting in the way. Track evolution. Maybe as well. It's going to be a case of who's going to be bravest. MV Shot gets a 59.7. That's the first lap we see in the sub 2 minutes. Now ahead of him is this Ryan. It is Ryan in the Haas. He might be starting a lap, or he might be on a lap currently. To the line. Verksy's getting a bit of a slipstream. Verksy goes with a 56.7.
That is blitz the field, and what is that gap? Just over 3 seconds of a gap to P2. That is an amazing lap by Verzi.
Yeah, track evolution as well. It's going to be a case of who's going to be brave towards the end of the session. Who's going to go in the intermediates? Infinity has rejoined, but he is obviously out of the session. He's going to be starting last unless someone doesn't actually set a lap.
Arsterboy invalidates while being 1,000th up. Okay, but now let's see. The man
Less than
of the
purple sector.
moment, after getting a sprint podium in Tier 1, what can he set in this lap on the full wet compound? Still has a bit of ERS to play with, but it's gonna run out soon. He's gonna be going now up to the bus stop chicane, going very wide, but not invalidated for the moment. So now, braking at the 100-meter board, hitting the apex.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be pulled. Look at that. Coming out of the chicane, he's at a 56, and that's the point where Verksy is. But to the line, he's going to go up into 4th. He has to hope that some people behind don't set a better lap in the improving track conditions. Now I think it's time to definitely box and maybe risk it onto the inters, as we see Young Victim 6 seconds up on his lap. It's not gonna.
Even more in this final sector, at least 3 seconds if you want to get on the front row.
Yeah, and as well, look at all the ARS he's used. He's used a lot more, but it's the floor has ran out. He's braking very neat. He goes wide, but he's gonna now push to the line. I think he's definitely gonna slot himself into P2. He does that, and he's now less than a second away from Berkeley. Now this is getting heated, and now we see Curly on the intermediates, first driver on the inters. I'm pretty sure. Now we see Ryan boxing. Now we see just in general a bunch of strategy going on here. Yeah, he's the only driver on the inters. Now all eyes are pretty much on him.
Yeah, everyone should
Everybody.
be watching him to see how the tires are feeling, how they're looking. But
It looks like Barca Boy as well. He's put on.
how the track looks, I think he could go
He's
into
definitely
pole
enters.
for now, definitely.
Definitely enters. Obviously the track evolution, and you might want to say when you're pushing on the corners, you need to stay on that dry patch. Maybe on the straight, you might want to go on the wet patch to cool down the tires. As we see, he has invalidated his out lap. Hopefully it's only this lap, not this and next lap. Now we see a couple of now intermediate runners. Oh, Enzo off the track. Like, look at the. It's now 50-50. Some of them haven't went out yet. Some of them are just waiting in the pits, but most people are considering on the intermediates. We have only 3 intermediate runners. Now we see Barca Boy as well on his out lap. I would wait a bit longer though. You might want to wait until the very end. The track evolution is going to be so much better at the very end.
Yeah, but now let's watch Curly, the inter runner, the only internal, well, the first internal to start his lap now. Let's see what he can put down here. DMAG, take us through his lap.
Well, yes, now you get on the throttle with hot lap activated. Can you please put up the telemetry? I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, now we see into turn 1. He's gonna clip the apex beautifully. He's gonna have to get easy on the throttle. Try not to spin out the car. Up now to a rouge. Maybe at this stage it will be flat out. Is he gonna take it? No, he backs off the throttle a bit. Now that's gonna be crucial as well. In this stage, you need to be taking a rouge flat out. Now going out of the first sector. It's not even a purple. Oh, it is a purple sector. He's up by a second, and now through the. I don't know what the corner name is. The chicane. I'll just call it the chicane. And now downhill, braking round. And now we come to no name corner. Very good. Try to get on the throttle as early as possible. Try not to really lift off the throttle. Now pull on. Gonna go down to 5th gear. And instantly back on the throttle. I'm not the best person to be talking through this lap. We need to get Julian Palmer at this point.
Yellow flag for Verzi out there. Oh, he has a big snap on the exit curly. But
no, he could be getting a slipstream from his teammate Ryan. 3.6 seconds off. That's gonna put it. It might not even put him on pole. Has another big moment, but he's got a lot more ERS usage than this time. Ryan does give him a bit of a slipstream. He listened because he is in this commentary box right now. So to the bus stop chicane, he's ran out of all his deploy. Clip the curbs beautifully there, and to the line. It's going to be a 56.49. If he's going to go for another lap, he's going to need to get out of the way if he's not, for his teammate to go through. But Ryan is on the full wet tyres. Maybe it's still time for the full wet. We'll see now. Maybe will he improve on his 206?
that's a mistake from Ryan.
It's not. I don't think it's too late to back out though.
No,
He could.
I don't think he can sit out for another lap. I think he has to finish his one or back
Yeah,
out
yes.
and go for a lap at the very end.
But he's 2 seconds up on his lap, so that's going to put him ahead of Optic Kid. But now, young victim on his out lap, so he's probably just heating the tires. We can say.
Not the best method.
That's gonna also damage the tires at the same time. Now can we see Leston Boy on his lap? The Barca Boy gets a brilliant little slipstream there. He's invalidated. He can't save his ERS now. He's gonna have to. He's only got 30% ERS.
That's flying over for Barca Boy. Yeah,
he invalidated this and next lap.
It would have been a P2 lap.
Optic Kid on his lap. The rain has definitely died down. It is definitely intermediate. As of now, Optic Kid goes wide. Everybody's struggling. NB shot to 55.0. Good lap from him, putting himself ahead of Curly and Verxy to the top at the times. Now we see Optic Kid to the line to 58.6. Not where you want to be in the current conditions. Leston Boy's only up 7/10 of a second.
Yeah,
not going to be too.
That was only the first sector, which is only a couple of corners, or one corner, one legit corner. I mean, if you count a rouge, it's maybe 2-3 corners. So 7/10 still a pretty big improvement. Let's see what he can do in the second sector here. Finishing the second sector is gonna be
up by 3 seconds.
7 seconds up. That's all. That's almost putting him on the front.
That's gonna put him top 4. It's gonna put him top 4 or top 5. Ryan completed his lap. He didn't improve much. I mean, he improved 5 seconds, but in reality, everybody else is improving much more on the intermediates. Lesson Boy uses all of his ERS now through the bus stop chicane. Get the throttle down as early as possible, and to the line, Lesson Boy. He's third! He beats Verxy as of now, Verti's invalidated.
That's crucial. Bertie is out of the fight for pole position, and this is crucial for the championship as well. What can Young Victim do? He's only 5/10 of a second up in the first sector, but Young Victim needs to pull.
Enzo!
And
Enzo!
so,
9!
Ferrari on pole position for the moment. Oh,
Verti has retired from the session.
Young
Uh,
Victim needs a good lap here if he wants to stay in the championship
he's
fight.
3 seconds up. That middle sector is where you're going to find most improvements. Barca Boy didn't improve
But now
much. He's
all
now down
eyes
in ninth.
on Young Victim. 3.7 seconds up. This could maybe even be on the front row of Ferrari 1-2 potentially. This is crucial for the championship fight. Young Victim going into the bus stop chicane. Going onto the final corner now. Gonna be finishing his lap, getting the throttle down. Young Victim goes to pole position! By 7/10 of a second. This is crucial for the championship. Adversity is all the way down in P6.
But there's
Ryan
still people
finishing his
improving.
lap.
Ryan to the line.
Ryan up to
He gets
P6.
ahead. And up the kid as well. Barely improved. But is anybody else on it?
No, that's your qualifying session. It's a
Enzo.
Ferrari 1-2 out here in Belgium with Young
Is Enzo on a
Victim.
lap? And is Enzo on a,
No.
Enzo's retired. But there
Young
we go.
Victim.
Ferrari 1-2. And Leston Boys in 5th.
Yeah, and Young Victim leading the pack away for lap 1 pretty shortly.
Yeah. Good. Verkley is now asking if he can do a last first. But nobody improved, and we're not restarting just so he can do a last first. So that is your grid for the race, unless somebody has picked up a penalty. But I don't think that's gonna have happen. Don't think anybody's picked up a grid pen. So, yep. That is your grid order. A Ferrari 1-2 and probably Enzo's highest ever qualifying performance. The drivers, if they're finding pace in the wet conditions, they're going to want to hope that the race is wet so they can find that exact same pace. And, say for example, the drivers who are off pace, like Verti, he's never usually down there, like out of the top 5. I don't think there's been a single qualifying session where he has been out of the top 5. So really, what I think the two Ferraris are going to want to do, they're going to want to keep the lead at least for the first lap. And try not to battle with each other, even if it's dry conditions. But we need to ask maybe for Weber. Well, we gotta hope that we can have some good racing action. Obviously, Verti's gonna have to make his way through the pack. But in general chat, he thinks he can do it pretty
He's very
easily.
confident after winning a lot of races this season, most of the races. Maybe a bit too much confidence. We'll have to see.
Yeah, obviously
If
now.
the leaders can get away from P3 or all the top 3 can get away from P4 out of the DRS, it's gonna be hard for Verzi to catch back up. But now we're gonna be heading on the way for the Belgium Grand Prix in a couple seconds time.
Yeah, you can take us through it.
Yeah, well, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we go out. Lights coming out. The two houses going, having a very good start. But now, the Ferrari.
Young Victim had a really good start, but Enzo tries to go running outside to defend his position from NV Shots, but NV Shots is going to try bring it through Eau Rouge. It's going to be side by side. Verti's already up in the 6th.
Yeah, going side by side.
Boy,
There's a big crash.
contact.
Big crash for Leston Boy. Here, that means
Yeah.
Verzi all the way. Now going
Line
for a
4.
move.
He was pretty confident when he said it, and maybe we thought really too confident. We thought, but look at this now. As NV Shots is going to try to go for the move on Enzo. That forces Verzi to go around the outside, and he's in third.
What a move by Verzi, but he pushes
But there's a bit of contact.
off the Red Bull driver, which causes him to be getting overtaken by Curly, maybe. Yeah, they're
That's a
going
bit
side by side. Yeah,
that's elbows out. There's another contact. for Curly. He spins out because of a mistake,
Verzi
obviously.
up it fighting
Oh,
with Enzo for P2. And Verzi's up into
he's
P2.
already ahead.
But Young Victim
Young
has a
Victor.
big gap now.
Yeah, he's gonna need to hope for a change of conditions. Young Victim and probably Enzo as well. They were doing so good in the wet conditions. And you know, the dry conditions is usually the time where Verxy will show his full pace. But now we can see Barsaboy's trying to get past Ryan, and Infinity gets ahead of Curly after his spin with NV shots, I think it was, to the line now. Foot to the floor on the straight.
Yeah, Verzi now
He
climbing
did
back.
gain. He gained a couple of tenths there. I think about 4 tenths in the final sector of that lap.
Wait, but
Uh,
does Verzi have damage?
he's in DRS though, I think. He might have just gotten DRS. He might have just missed out. He is in DRS already of Young Victim from starting 7th. He waited. He let it. He let the carnage happen. And now look at Enzo. He's getting pressured by Ryan and Envy Shots. Envy Shots is
And
going to
look
go
at
down
the
the
big
inside and there's contact
contact.
again.
This,
Nobody knows how to overtake, and they're just going into the side of each other.
yeah.
Verti is 5 tenths behind. He's caught up so much, and when he was a bit confident, maybe too confident, but he just shows his confidence, and you know he's shown that he has a championship to win, and he shows that he wants to win it. Every shot gets a 3-second penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Enzo already almost 3 seconds behind the championship leader. Ryan in the Haas, an impressive P4 at the moment. Oh,
And
and
there's
we
the
see.
spin! Ryan now up into P3. It's, this commentator cursed as well. You were saying 3 seconds off. And now, well, he's down to the back, and he's almost going to be 3 seconds off the person in last. Or maybe, yeah, there goes Infinity. And Barsaboy gets a 3-second penalty as well. There's now a couple drivers with 10
Now
penalties.
Verzi going for a
Verzi.
switchback. Now Verzi gonna be going maybe down the inside, maybe around the outside. Let's see what Verzi decides to do. He's gonna be staying back for the moment. He wants the DRS later on. He's recharging DRS.
Oh, yeah, different strategies as well, I think. Was that Young Victim on the mediums?
Side by side into a Rouge. Verzi just gets ahead of the Ferrari of Young Victim into a Rouge.
I think there was a bit of pushing.
Side
And
by side.
Young Victim got the DRS as well. So Young Victim had the advantage of the DRS. Verti is now on 15% DRS. Tires, everybody's on the soft. But look at the struggle for Young Victim. He's struggling through this sequence of corners. Struggling for grip. Ryan under pressure from Barsaboy right now. But Barsaboy has a 3-second penalty, or maybe he has more. But I've only seen he had 1 penalty. Now the gap is 1/10 at the front. Going into Puyon.
Fighting for back-to-back podiums of the races that
yeah. Oh yeah, the races that he attended, yes, of course. And now I look at Berkeley, he's gonna try to run the outside, but Young Victim squeezes him just perfectly. But he's gonna try for the switchback.
Now this is
It doesn't work.
Fight from the championship rivals.
There's now 5 times more laps. Yeah, I don't know what I meant there, but
I know
15 laps in this 15 laps in this race. Maybe the viewers didn't know, but yeah, 15 laps in. Is he gonna try for a Max Verstappen overtake around the outside through these corners?
While Young Victim is recharging.
They're both recharging ERS. He's gonna go around the outside in the chicane, and there's a yellow flag. Infinity has spun. He goes off the
corner, and Verzi gets a 10-second time penalty.
That's gonna be crucial, and that can't be removed. That penalty can only be removed in the pit stops. So that's a really crucial. Yeah, unless obviously he stays out the entire race.
Do you have to serve it? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no corner cutting. I don't think you have to serve corner cutting.
Yeah, it will be getting removed if he doesn't have to serve it. But now he's going for a move, and that's gonna be a dunk pass.
I don't think it'll be removed. He had to cut the corner. It was his fault. He went around the outside.
Yeah, but reduced.
I don't know. It was a 10-second penalty given by the game. Of course, and obviously Enzo's now down to 8th. He is battling with up the kid. Obviously, after that spin as well, he was in last, so he's gaining some positions, and Verksy leads, but he obviously has that 10-second penalty, and if he does have to serve that in the pit stop, that's race ruining. But obviously Verksy is quick and he can get past whatever time, he can get back the time he's lost pretty easily and pretty confidently. But obviously there has to be some drivers that slow him down. They defend hard, and up the kid gets a 3-second penalty and a yellow flag. Infinity is out, and that brings out a full safety car.
This is crucial for the race. They should be boxing
driver.
Eventually some medium compound of tires. That's what I would be doing. Ryan, you should listen to me.
Ryan, listen to us. You're in a very good position.
Box for hards.
No.
For the win. No, not for hards. For medium. Sorry. Wow, Ryan! What are you doing?
You jinxed it. You box. You won't serve the drive-through. You have to box for tires. You have to serve the drive-through after the safety car.
Ryan,
don't get a speeding in. Everybody needs to try not to get a speeding in the pit lane. Young victim gets a headies onto the hards.
Ryan, up into the lead.
Verksy is serving the penalty under the safety car.
Yes, that's cheating.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, but he was forced to, so.
Yeah, I mean, he got the penalty removed at least. Now he's gonna have to get through. But he's gonna have to get through Barca Boy and Ryan. But I think Ryan will probably immediately try to serve that drive-through, get it gone, and then push. It's gonna be a mix of tires. Look. We obviously saw Young Victim went onto the hards. Ryan enters. We were joking about
it. On the mediums. I wouldn't be on the hards. Leston Boy is definitely a good choice on the mediums, in my opinion at least.
No, but I think he's not the best choice. Ryan's the best choice on the inters. He's gonna gain crucial positions. Did Ryan serve his drive-through penalty, or did he? He obviously boxed because he didn't start on the inters. He boxed because he's on the inters. So pretty much everybody has a 3-second penalty, or everybody who does have a penalty has a 3-second. Except for Ryan, he has a drive-through. Maybe he also has a 3-second, but we can't see that yet. Maybe we'll stop talking about him because I think we're putting him under pressure. And if he wanted to, he can come off mute and he can say hello. But up to you, Quota. Do you want him to come and say hello? We can have a mid-race interview with Ryan.
He got a lock in.
I was switching my tires, then I got an inters. Fuck this shit.
Mid-race interview.
Mid-race interview with Ryan. You had a good start. You had a good qualifying.
You got a box for mediums.
Oh, mediums as well. And you also have to hope for another.
Next lap. It's gonna go in next lap. I don't think it's going in this lap. You got a box for mediums. Or service.
Why this? Don't box for mediums this lap, or would it be best to box for mediums this lap, catch up again, and then serve your drive-through?
Yeah, you need to box for mediums. Don't get another drive-through.
And don't put on a set of full wets this time. Thank you for the talk, Ryan. We'll keep guiding you through, obviously. As I did say, try not to put on the full wets. He didn't. He boxes, so he has listened. Make sure you're on mediums. So now we see intermediate runner boxing. He is gonna go on to the mediums. And obviously if you take your outlap slow enough, but look at the time. Cause the maybe he lost it. Right, well
let's not watch Ryan anymore.
Maybe it's not good when we're watching Ryan, because you'll always get a penalty. Barty Boy now into second. He's gonna be Young Victim's best friend here. Young Victim is gonna want him to hold up Verxy, but also Bossa Boy is probably gonna want to go for the lead here. Lesson Boy as well. He's 4 feet. He might also want to attack Verxy. Obviously, he's gonna be on the mediums. He's gonna have quicker tires up until maybe around lap 12 or 13. But because the tires are going to die quicker than the hards. The hards are going to be good towards the end.
Yeah, but these hards aren't as good as on the F125 game. On the F125, the hards are really good, but here the mediums seem to be maybe even
Pretty much.
better race tires, definitely than the hards at the F124 game. So I think this is the right choice for Lesson Boy.
Yeah, maybe other drivers were like, "Oh no," but the tire wear is going to be bad, because look at the sun. The sun is blazing down on the track. It's going to make the track temperatures probably much higher than normal, and it's going to cause for some tire overheating. Now we will probably see the safety car in this lap. Can you serve a driver penalty? Like, can you go into pits the same lap as the safety car to serve a penalty, or?
Yeah, you can. I don't know though.
Yeah, but if you can't, then and if Ryan pits, then we've just directed him in.
Yeah, Ryan could maybe. Ryan, do whatever you want. We don't know anything. We're not responsible for anything.
No. Now we see Young Victim. He's going to be backing up the pack. Will he go early? Will he go late? That's a question that you always have to ask under a safety car restart. Well, he can't go, obviously, until the safety car enters the pit lane, which is now. Barca Boy, he's doing a Verstappen. He's trying to ease ahead for the restart. Now we see Young Victim goes, and he gets ahead. He gets a good bit of a gap to start off with. Now, Berkeley has to get past Barca Boy into turn 1. He doesn't go for the move, but we also see Lesson Boy is trying to get past as well. Lesson Boy, obviously, he's going to have to keep up with these guys, and into a Rouge. It's going to be side by side between Verxy and Barca Boy.
But Verxy just squeezes past Barca Boy. Not too surprising for me. Ryan gets the 3 penalty.
Verxy's already going to be pressuring for the lead. Yeah, he's going to try to run.
Have any ERS? Yeah, he's going to be just. He does not deserve the space there, in my opinion. So he does not have any more DRS, and he goes really wide.
They both got stuck in the curb, but we saw a bit of a bigger moment for Young Victim. He had a slide. Ryan's on the mediums, as we directed him to. But obviously he has a 10-second penalty. He still has his drive-through, but he's battling with up the kid. This would be really great if Ryan didn't have the box within the next 3 laps of the race. Obviously it still says safety car, but don't worry. If you want to see if there's a safety car, just look at the track map. There'll be the track will be yellow, and there will be a dot. Yellow dot. That is the safety car. And Lesson Boy's keeping up with Barca Boy. Obviously these tires are much better, but he's using hot lap. That's not going to be a good idea.
Young Victim is also on the hot lap DRS mode, and he's barely got any DRS to play with. I think Verxy will get a slam dunk pass after a Rouge here.
Yeah, look, he's saving though. You can see he's saving ERS, but Verxy gained so much time in that. No, he's not saving ERS. He had none left. But he needs to put the ERS on none sometimes. Because now we could see Curly trying to get past MV shots, but he didn't. He backs out, and now 3 tenths separate the leaders and the 2 in the championship battle. And well, now we can see on the Camel Straight, it's going to be an easy pass for Verxy. Now he's going to want to really pull away, because now we can see Enzo gets past MV shots. I think MV shots might have been on the grass. He was on the grass there for a bit of time.
Yeah, but and now Young Victim trying to go around the outside. Verxy breaks a bit later than him, but can Young Victim maybe shape for a switchback? No, he cannot at the moment.
Yeah, and he goes a bit on the gravel, but he's gonna want to push, to to get ahead. I'm saying, you know, a bit too much.
Leston Boy legitly is fighting for a podium here. He doesn't have any penalties. Leston Boy
But he
is
needs to
looking for back-to-back podiums in both tiers.
obviously keep in mind he had a podium in the sprint race, but wouldn't have given him that much points. But this is a real race. This will give him 15 points if he can get P3, or even if he gets it even better. But oh no!
Commentators goes. Oh, and
Oh.
now he's just tumbling down the field, dropping down all the way down to P7. Well,
That curb is deadly. He must still think he's on F125, because them curbs on F125 are less aggressive. Young Victims out of the DRS. Enzo could now be battling for the podium.
yeah,
You know, that will help for Ryan.
Three wide.
Ryan boxes the servers
Into
drive
turn
through.
one, they're going 3 wide, but the Red Bull just goes straight ahead. He's going down the inside.
Young Victim with contact.
Lesson Boy going for a bit of a switchback. Young Victim gets the DRS.
Get there. Yeah, this is going to be crucial. Probably put your ERS on none through the corners. He needs to be listening, but he's fully overtake. No, he wants to get look at Verxy. He's going to be saving ERS. The Young Victim, no such thing. Curly's up into P4, but this battling's not going to help them if they want to get a podium. Because obviously they need to stay within 3 seconds of Barca Boy. So right now they're 2.7 seconds behind him. Barca Boy is gladly pulling away because of their battling. I don't want to talk about a driver again because obviously we saw commentators curse a couple times this race. Leston Boy and Ryan, we had a bit of a commentators curse with. But not really. The field is spread out a bit nicely. You know. This pack, and of course, Young Victim and Verxy, but like, you know, they have their strong sectors. Verxy is probably more stronger in the middle sector. As you can see, Young Victim was 5 tenths behind at the start of the sector. Now he's just second behind, exiting the sector. So he needs to recharge his ERS. He's gonna have probably much less than Verxy. Enzo is gonna go for the move. A bit late, you know. He had the move on the braking.
Switchback move, but he does not have any battery to play with.
In that, I think it's a Monaco Lando Norris helmet attributed to Senna. And Leston Boy very late on the brake. You know, he slid into the corner and he actually gained some time sliding into the corner. I think he might have locked the rear, might have touched the grass. I don't know if he has ABS on or off.
I locked the rear 4 times today and spun into the grass.
Interesting fact there. Verxy's out of the Verxy's pulled away from the ERS. No, the DRS even, sorry. And Envy Schultz gets ahead of Curly. These guys are potentially battling for a podium, but they're gonna need them. Leston Boy gets a penalty as well. These guys as well, they have penalties as well, so they're gonna need to
have one.
Yeah, but he is out of the contention, I think.
Could still be in the fight, definitely for a P5, maybe a P4.
A good points finish.
He could definitely be fighting the podium. He's only about 3.5 seconds behind P3. Enzo is.
You could pull up the penalties, and we can see if Barca Boy has a 6-second penalty. That's going to be great news for Enzo. I think he might only have a 3-second. Yeah, he does. The only person with more than 3 seconds is Ryan. He has 13 seconds, but I think that was unluckily because of the pit exit, and maybe just he had the track limits warning in general, the track limits penalty, because I think everybody is getting that. Enzo now gets past Curly and up into 5th, but they're side by side. Curly backs out. He's going to take the DRS. But does Enzo get the DRS from Envy Shots? He's a bit unsteady on the corner exit. No, he didn't get the DRS.
Now Curly going down the inside. Now they're going to have there's contact with the 2 Ferrari engine users.
There's a bit of a you know, lag, a bit of a glitch there. Now Enzo's 2 seconds off Envy Shot. You know, Envy Shot has the free. Lag is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's something you want to be seeing. Like, and it looked like he was going straight for the barrier. Brian gets past Optic Kid after he was like about 6 seconds behind. Optic Kid is the reserve, and well, not
Optic
driving.
making a mistake there.
Though Enzo made a mistake as well, and the lag is crazy bad. Young Victor gets a penalty, and that is crucial for the race win. But he is losing time. He's now almost 2 seconds behind Verxy. Verxy has a bit deep, but Verxy has obviously pulled a very. No, he is outside. He's 2 seconds ahead from 7th on the grid after a very bad qualifying in his standard.
Only a couple laps left at this point.
You know, you're gonna need to hope that the driver ahead can make a mistake. You're not gonna need to hope that maybe his tires go off. You know, I don't think Young Victim was pushing as much as Verxy, and now Enzo, it's glitch, it's lagging. Like, and Enzo gets a penalty, so that is also points out of it, like a good amount of points out of his reach. It could have been P4, but he could still catch up. But like, he's struggling to get past Curly because Curly is defending as hard as he can. And now the only person in this race that doesn't have a penalty is Verxy. But Young Victim is pushed a bit and he's gained about 2/10 in the first sector. That's probably his strongest point of the track. But now, as soon as he gets into the middle sector, he loses a bit of time. A huge chunk of time, actually. He loses 2/10, the 2/10 that he gained.
Yeah, but Verxy clearly showing the drive of a champion here. The only driver without penalties. And
Not exactly in the second. The kid gets another penalty. But what does it matter? He's the driver in that. So I mean, it kind of does matter because keep in mind, Ryan 13-second penalty. Optic Kid now I think he has 6 seconds. Ryan's gonna need to pull 7-second gap. Well, that's gonna be
Fuck you.
You jinxed Ryan again.
And he came in and he said, "Fuck me." So gladly, I am the commentator curse. So I will try not to speak again.
But now,
You know, it would be great if
around the outside is Enzo, maybe. Now gonna be going around the outside again, but now going down the inside of Curly, side by side in the bus stop chicane, and he's squeezing it right onto the curb. Curly is now right behind him. He's gonna have the DRS, but Curly lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, I've cursed too many drivers this race.
Oh!
Do you want me to try curse Verxy?
Yeah, this is the method.
It's not really a good method though. Maybe I'll have to curse him about 3 or 4 times because he's 3.2 seconds ahead. And
yeah, I mean, recharging
Young
the battery now is Verxy. But let's watch the battle between the two. The
these two are,
supplier and the engine buyer. The engine buyer currently ahead of the engine supplier.
Yeah, obviously these two are showing a good battle, and these two could be in good contention for they'll battle with each other pretty much every race they both attend. Barca Boy currently in P3 and Hunter Boy he's out, but Envy Shots has actually gained a bunch of time. He wants a podium as well. That will make Beefo happy if his driver can get ahead of Barca Boy because Beefo seems to take the mick out of Barca Boy at a bit of a moment there for Curly, and this time it was real.
Oh, and that was not lag. That was Enzo making a clear mistake and losing a lot of time. After qualifying P2, Enzo has been struggling a lot this race.
He's side by side with Leston Boy because we saw the hand go up a bit there. Leston Boy's going to go try around the outside. He's not going to get that move, but he's going to then try around the outside into the bus stop chicane. Will he do a switch? He's late on the brakes. He almost gets ahead, and another bit of contact there.
Yeah, Enzo squeezing Leston Boy onto the curb.
Not leaving no space, probably. Oh, a bit of. Oh, down the inside goes Leston Boy. He backs out of the move. Get this good battling as well. It's going to cause the driver that shall not be named, because I'm going to curse the driver again. Causes him to catch up about a second. Because of that little bit of a big moment for Leston Boy coming out of Eau Rouge and coming out of Radion. Very big moment, too happy on the throttle. He lost a chunk of time, but he's still within the DRS of Enzo, and well, doing a pretty good job, Leston Boy. I mean, maybe it wasn't the mediums that you wanted to be on, because we saw pretty much instantly had a bit of a moment. I don't know what caused them to drop down. Maybe it was contact with someone. I don't know who. Enzo goes pretty wide there, almost. Maybe it was track limits, but we don't know yet.
The only on-track battle at the moment here. Leston Boy.
Well, maybe Enzo gets another penalty. That's going to be crucial, and that might allow Leston Boy to get that P6. Now, as Verky goes on to the final lap of the race, he's drove dominantly. He's drove a kind of Max Verstappen comeback. Oh, he's trying a Max Verstappen move, and he probably got a penalty for that. Or maybe not, because he kind of got pushed off the track. He's doing everything to try to get this on-track position at the moment. So he has the DRS. But obviously, on the topic of envy shots, is also within the DRS of Barca Boy. This is going to be a really good opportunity for a podium. He's got no ERS. He has no ERS, and he's trying to overtake the Northern Irish racer Barca Boy in the V-Carb. Obviously, the engine supplier and the engine buyer. But the engine buyer, once again, is leading this battle as of now. But obviously, he's not gonna have the DRS again, so he's gonna need to start. He's saving his ERS. They're both saving the ERS, so that's gonna help so much for MV shots. If Barca Boy's saving ERS, that gives him an opportunity to save it. Barca Boy goes off and he gets a penalty.
That is crucial for the podium finish.
Yeah, I think Barca Boy might have just pushed it too much. The tires didn't want to turn. He tried to go flat out probably, but now. Will MV shots get the podium on track?
Let's watch. You're dominant.
It's 1/10. It's 1/10. It's 2/10. Okay, so
dominant.
I think he's gonna pass it.
Already doing the celebratory weaves going into the bus stop chicane after winning After winning last time out, Verzi now coming around the final corner to win again in VDRL at Belgium this time. But now let's focus on the battle for P3. He won't get it on track, but he will get it after penalties. Envy Shots takes P3.
Yeah, great race. Driven from Envy Shots, and of course, getting a podium against the sister team V-Carb of Barca Boy, who Leston Boy gets ahead at the final corner. Or no, that was because of penalties. Oh. Wait.
Yeah.
Well,
but
we're not gonna have it.
Verzi taking the win. His championship rival drifting further away down in P2, losing another 7 points. I don't know who got past this lap. It's probably Verzi.
To be honest, probably, or it could be someone else. Could be a surprising fastest lap
today, DMAG?
Well, I mean, we need to see from where the people started because I've already forgotten. But yeah, obviously, Verzi probably deserves it, but it's boring. He did drive a good race. Let me be fair to him. From 7th on the grid, as you could probably hear my wheel calibrating. Envy Shots started 3rd, finished 3rd. Barca Boy started 9th. He's another contender of Driver of the Day.
Yeah, Verzi taking the fastest lap once again.
Probably between Verti and
Barcelona.
Bartabo. So that is your race result.
Yeah.
And well, Verti once again takes home the 26 points. He did get the fastest lap. So well, this is round 6 of F1 24 here in VDRL, and well, pretty dominant race from Verti.
Yeah.
I've repeated that once.
Well, thank you for watching. It was a good race, and we'll see you guys out next time for round 7.
In whatever track, I forgot.
Bye.
Right.